Holla peeps, it's your girl Sheree, reporting live for SchreeTV. Holla! Hope everybody's having a great day. I know I said that before, but you know what I'm saying, you gotta repeat yourself sometimes. Watching the news, did you guys see the clip of the guy that they saved, like, in Colorado, where the floods are? His car was flipped over, and they almost had him, and he was on his way out the car, and then plop! The car goes under the water. I mean, those guys deserve medals that saved this guy, because they broke out the glass and they saved him. They saved him. They saved the guy. It would look like certain death. I swear, you know what? News is so fucking depressing. I mean, it's another baby missing. Oh no, she's killed. Her dad killed her. You know, I'm like, you know what? I'm turning to MTV.
And not just blood. It was saliva mixed with blood too, indicating Trista says that her little girl suffered, perhaps internally. Trista says she doesn't believe the evidence shows DePietro tried to kill Ayla, but
in my eyes, and by him letting it go for so long and not getting that help, yeah, he killed her.
State police say, though, they'll only prosecute if they feel the evidence is there. They'll not confirm or deny any of Trista's claims, nor will they say whether they feel this hurts the investigation.
We understand her frustration. She has a right to be frustrated. She's Ayla's mom. But we're not going to get into specifics on this case.
Something terrible happened to Ayla that night, whether it was by accident
Baby
or
Ayla.
on purpose. But people need, they need to be brought to justice for it.
Trista says she has much more to share, and she'll do it online later this month, hoping a public outcry.
Somebody's talking to me at Facebook. Let me go check. I love my Facebook people and my Twitter people and my LinkedIn people. Yes, pray. Because you know what? In Seaside, where Hurricane Sandy hit, there's a fire on the boardwalk now, peeps. It started at an ice cream parlor.
You feel for this baby's mother. She's frustrated. Her baby, who she believes now may not be alive anymore, is dead, and she feels as though the police aren't doing anything. Is that the case?
You know, so the boardwalk is on fire.
As a mother, I can understand where she's coming from.
Prayers for them, you know what I'm saying? For real, like no joke.
I don't see how this would in any way help the investigation. If she believes her baby is missing and other people in other states may know where the baby is, I could understand her sharing that information, but police are well trained at their job, and investigators, they take the steps that they need to try to close the case, and I don't think that this is going to help recover. And we're going to talk more about this after the break, because there's apparently blood that was found on the father of the baby's shoe, and she wants justice, of course, as a mother.
Alright, let me think of something clever to say. Let me think of something clever to say on Facebook. Let me see.
Now we may. We're going to tell you why.
Ooh, this would go up. It's gonna go up to Twitter. It's not something I would post at Facebook, cause I post certain things at Twitter. You know what I mean? That it's appropriate. That I wouldn't post on Facebook. Like, ooh, you know it's a good one. I'll put it on Facebook. You say you want love.
And their families is without equal. Begin your legacy. Get an auto insurance quote. USAA. We know what it means to serve.
Yeah, you won't open your heart to it, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people on Twitter, they're receptive to stuff like that. You know, on Facebook, my friends will be like, well, who's she talking about? Is she talking about me? Is she talking about me? You know, I don't want them to get paranoid. Let's see. About the heart wants what the heart wants. Now that's stupid. How about, well, I say this all the time. Inspire someone today. they may need it.
So there's no way. Raptastic has a safer hidden stainless steel cutter that cuts only
From you. Exclamation point. Heart, heart, heart. Sheree. Here. Yeah. Want to put some positivity out in the air. You know what I'm saying, y'all? See, SchreeTV watchers, y'all, you and me, we got a special bond. You know what I mean? But I want to put it out there. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for watching. See, I need to roll this. This needs rollers. Flat. I like it when it's like voluminous. Y'all hold up. Let me get my rollers. You be like this. That's when baby busts my balls. That's when she's like, okay, when are you going to fly away with all the feathers? I like the feathers. Feathers are what's up.
She has new evidence from the cops that proves Ayla's father killed her baby.
Hey.
Baby Ayla's mother,
It's Thursday. What you say? Gonna hang with Sheree. Hey, yeah,
What are they waiting for?
I'm exercising right now. I'm swerving my hips around. Hey. Get down. Wench it down. You gotta wench it down. Wench it down. That's going out to my girl Julie. Julie. She came up on stage. I got her up on stage in the trenches.
We know that she's a mom. We know that
gotta wench it down.
We're not saying anything else because they don't want to disrupt the investigation as well, I'm sure. Right, and her speaking out at this point could hinder the investigation. I know that the police officers are probably doing everything in their
wench it down.
Move forward with the investigation. If she speaks out about this, then
you had to be there.
They're going to be stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I don't think that their investigation will benefit from her making this public. There are so many cases, sadly, of missing babies. Does the police department at all neglect it after a certain amount of time, or is there always someone kind of working that particular case? I don't think so. I don't know whether in this case the police at this point have determined that there's not enough information or evidence to move forward with formal charges. But until they make that determination, I think that generally police forces and investigators do move forward as consistently and as quickly as they can. And finally, this mother that we all kind of feel for, Kristen.
Let me see what's going on MTV.
Back to her daughter, because maybe she feels as though, look, it's been 2 years. Right. My baby's gone. I don't have her. Is stunningly effective.
I don't know what's on. Turn it down. You know what? I actually like that song Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus. I can't believe I'm saying this. Good song. You know what? I want to give a shout out, a really special, heartfelt shout out to my girl Sammy. Everybody knows Sammy from the show. She just displayed loyalty to your girl that really touched me. So when she sees this, I want her to know that, you know, how much I appreciate her loyalty as a friend. Okay? Holla. Really. Y'all know I want to say what she did, but, you know, I don't want to put anybody on blast. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm a nice person. But, you know, it's regarding her BBW organization, and, you know, she's a real mover and a shaker in that community. And they were going to, they are going to have a very big event. And someone suggested Erotic Heritage Museum. And Sammy said, wait a minute, I think that's the place that did Cherie wrong. Let me call Baby real quick and ask if that's the place. And, you know, that was, I guess, that was a long time ago. And I don't speak out against people. You know, I don't burn bridges. But, yeah, I used to do comedy there. And what had happened with that was, you guys remember the car accident we had, and then my landlord playing tug of war with me and ripping my rotator cuff. Anyway, I had a commitment to do my show there, and I did it. And, you know, I wear a ponytail for in the trenches most of the time. And I did that. And in order for me to get my hair on, I went through a lot of hell and a lot of pain. Well, 45 minutes before I'm supposed to be there, they call me and tell me I can't take the stage. Well, that's no big deal. I mean, this girl, I think I know what happened. And it's neither here nor there. You know, I love stand-up. It's fun to do. I always have a stage. And I want to thank my friends over at the Hookah Lounge for that. You know, I always have one if I want one. And plus, I'm doing stand-up now once in a while. It'll always be a part of my life. But what it was that night on the air on the radio, I went on a rant about it. And I don't regret it, because that's what I do. I'm honest about my life and what's going on in my life. And somebody, I guess, at the museum, because, I mean, if you know my show, apparently they don't listen to my show. If you know my radio show, you know I speak about my life very honestly. And I bitched and moaned about the fact that they waited until 45 minutes before I'm supposed to hit the stage to tell me that somebody complained about my comedy. This girl that I was going to buy insurance from, she was mad because I didn't complete this thing for this insurance. And that's why I don't have insurance now. Fuck it. I'll just pay cash. Anyway, nobody knows this but Baby. But the last show I did, she was mad at me. The last show I did at the museum, she showed up. And she sat away from the crowd. And she tried to, I know she was trying to distract me, but it didn't work. It was a great show. I made money that night. It was great. It was wonderful. But, you know, she left right after. She didn't approach me or anything. It's weird, you know what I'm saying? But see, my brother had died, and they were exhuming his body. A lot was going on. I had to go on with the show. I didn't have time to deal with her at that specific time. But she was like, if you don't deal with me right now, it's going to make me look really bad to my company. I'm like, look, I'm sorry. I got a comedy gig I got to get ready for. I have a radio show I have to do. You know what I'm saying? You guys know I'm real busy. Anyway, so I go on my rant on the air. My arm is killing me because I was still in a sling at that time. Of course, I wouldn't have performed in a sling. I just go through the pain. So somebody that worked there, that were all supposed to be cool with me, they had to let the guy that runs the museum, this big lawyer or whatever his name is, they let him hear the show. And it hurt his feelings. And for that, you know, I'll apologize, because it wasn't meant to hurt your feelings. That's what I do. I go on my rants. My audience expects that from me. my true raw emotion, and that's what I do. So he got his feelings hurt, and da da da, and then Baby was talking to the big boss in San Francisco who wanted me on their stage, and it was this big thing, and so you had San Francisco fighting with Vegas, and it was just too much, don't fight over me, we'll just drop it. So Baby and I just were like, never mind. So that was that. But the fact that Sammy, refused to do an event there because of what went down and how it went down, I mean, 'cause I didn't know what the deal was. It was all mysterious and shit, but, it's overwhelming as a friend that you would do that because, BBW events make big money. And the Erotic Heritage Museum is a big place, and I don't mind saying their name. I gave them more advertising than you can shake a stick at, so whatever. But yeah, when I did that rant, it was really just giving them a live plug, you know what I mean? But I can understand he may have gotten offended, if he wasn't a listener of my show. So, but that show got a lot of listeners. So a lot of people liked it, but a lot of people knew about their museum because, I kept it on my website for a long time, because my web designer quit. She tried to claim I didn't pay her. She lied. She got paid, but she has lupus, which, the worst symptoms are the mood swings. So for that, I forgive her for that. You know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing, I'm doing mine. But, so, Sammy, you, my friend, I love you. I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't even know about it. Baby told me about it. But it means a lot to me. You'll never know. Thank you for your loyalty. I had to say that to her. Yeah. I mean, first and foremost, I'm a radio jock and an actor. Okay? A SAG actor. My radio show is my baby. It started 12 years ago, and that's what I do. So you gotta roll with me. You know what I'm saying? Don't get your feelings all hurt, because they weren't listeners of the show, and I was with them for a long time. I think, 2.5, 3 years. I performed at their anniversary event. Anytime they needed, anytime they needed me, I was there. So, yeah, that, it was upsetting for a minute, but I had to get over it. But the fact that, she won't have an event there. She will not do it. She won't have anything to do with the EHM, as they call themselves. And I was loyal to them. I never went on the air and bashed them after that. You didn't hear me talk about it, because that's the kind of woman I am. But in the face of the fact that, Sammy did that, I believe that she deserves to be publicly recognized by me, and thanked for that move. That was, you know what I mean? If I was a crier, I would cry right now. I'm not a crier. You know what I mean? It has to be something major. I mean, and this is major. How about I cry when I see you, Sammy? My girl. And close this out. Very heartfelt edition of SchreeTV. Holla. I love you guys.